Hello and welcome to WeWealth channel. So today's video, we are going to get right into it. It is going to be about how AI's impact on financial services, okay, and the path ahead for us. If you're new here, my name is Athena Gardner. I am the founder and CEO of WeWealth. WeWealth, we focus on wealth woven strategies. We provide consultancy services in areas of AI, digital transformation, financial consultancy, learning and development. For more, please check the description box and head over to the website wewealthgroup.com. Now, today we are going to focus on AI's impact on financial services and the path ahead, okay? And the interesting thing about AI, especially as it regards itself in the financial sector, is that AI creates opportunity. Okay, AI, whether it's generative AI or other tools and software, it creates opportunity that we can leverage in the financial services industry. So, as this industry finds itself on the brink of a monumental shift because of AI, we delve into how this is going to impact businesses and the working world as we know it. As AI technologies develop, we can see that these technologies are going to have impact in the space of compliance, regulation, and how these technologies are going to be adopted and how we can use it to reshape financial services. So, the first thing I want to talk about is AI's compliance potential, okay? Especially in financial services, compliance is a heavily regulated industry. Being compliant is very important, okay? And how AI is going to affect the decision making process and the compliance department. So historically, the compliance department is very legacy, can be kind of slow, and has prioritized mostly what I would say has prioritized being more compliant or risk mitigation versus operational efficiencies, right? And the beauty about AI is that with that, we can kind of merge the two while being mitigating risk, focus on definitely increasing operational efficiencies. So the industry has been making strides in development in areas such as machine learning, automation, things of that nature, and the robotic processes. So I think that in the future, we should see more technologies that have predictive capabilities and that predictive models that will help us with compliance, regulation, and help us move things forward as it pertains to AI. So, with stronger AI tools on the horizon, this can mean significant gains and strides in the areas of governance, false positive dispositioning. Okay, we can also have suspicious activity reports. AI will be able to draft those supports and do reports and do more of the research and definitely cut down on time and lower operational costs, which helps drive P&L impact and also ongoing monitoring. Okay, so firms can definitely use AI and make investments in AI so that they can free up their labor and other costs to focus on more value added businesses decisions, value added processes, and to drive more P&L impact and increase total shareholder return. That is the goal. What is also interesting is that with AI, we have to consider a lot of regulatory issues and make sure that we are still complying with regulations and are working and operating within regulatory standards. So, what can AI do in that area that is going to provide value? Well, the issues that I see coming from AI and adopting that is they're necessarily AI bias. Now, a lot of these models can have inherent biases in human data because humans are inherently biased. Okay, humans are inherently biased. So now we're going to have safeguards around ensuring equitable outcomes. And what is equitable? That in itself is very subjective. So that is going to be a challenge that we are going to have to face as we're making sure that we are within regulatory standards with adopting any AI tool. Another thing is we're going to have to be able to explain to substantiate AI risk decisions and results, and why, to back up what these AI tools and models are giving us as far as information. Okay, we need to be able to understand rationale. So it's going to be one thing, as AI is very sophisticated and it's going to be able to give us useful information. We still need to practice discernment and have a system or a framework in place that ensures that the rationale that we were given doesn't have inherent bias, and also is makes sense and is applicable to what firms are trying to do. Another issue is going to be cyber risk. Cyber risk is always going to be an issue when it comes to regulation across the board. We are already riddled with a lot of cybersecurity issues as it is, and AI just adds on top of that. Okay, so the growing reliance on AI and other software tools is going to create more opportunities for hacks, breaches, manipulation on all levels. So as we go into looking to really adopt AI, these are the issues we're going to have to face. It's going to actually cause an increase in cybersecurity risk. And we need to, as we're adopting tools and systems, assess whether or not they have processes in place and controls in place that mitigate cybersecurity risk. That is I think one of the biggest issues. Now, the issue now also, as this landscape changes, as technology evolves, as AI itself evolves, and for companies, it's going to be, how do we adopt AI? How do we go about transitioning our processes and controls and implementing certain AI tools and software that will give us the results that we're given while maintaining our current ecosystem, making it more operational, more efficient, and also making sure that it applies to our company's ethos and standards. These are questions that we are going to have to face within this industry. And as firms and other businesses adopt AI, these are things that they're going to have to face. Now, what we need to do, or what is going to be the challenge, is you're going to have to focus on customer data to strengthen the quality and the availability. Good data in, good output; bad data in, bad output, right? So even with human data and customer data, we also going to have systems in place, like we discussed earlier, to help with inherent bias as well, right? Also focus on process augmentation. Now, the real issue, or the big topic, or the fear with AI, is that it's going to replace human intelligence. It's going to replace humans. People are going to lose their jobs. And with that is a great concern that all of us have. If you're a human being in general, you're going to be concerned, right? But what the perspective I like to offer is that you're not necessarily going to be, human beings are not going to be replaced. Human intelligence is still important, but there is going to be a shift on our human capital as far as what tasks, what processes, what value we're going to bring to the marketplace. And firms are actually going to be looking at this as they reevaluate their own workforce. What are the tasks, the processes, the systems that AI can easily and efficiently and safely cover or operate and do for us, as we shift our human capital to focus on more value added tasks? That could be client satisfaction and engagement, that could be focusing more on employee retention, that can be even making more of an investment in sales and marketing to drive P&L impact, right? So these are the real issue is not necessarily human intelligence, and human labor and human, genius is going to still be necessary. There's just going to be a shift in how firms and companies allocate those particular resources, right? And improvements, right? Rather than making staffing changes, right? Also, making sure that relevant skill sets are necessary to cultivate a workforce fluent in AI logic to maximize model output, utility, and quality. So, with my firm, we do specialize in AI implementation services, and we also have learning and development advisory. So, the two that meets with that is that we are able to offer training to other companies about how to best not only train their current workforce on different AI concepts and necessary concepts to understand and how to properly utilize AI, so you can prime your workforce to successfully implement, use the tools, use the data, and also create a culture where AI adoption is well received versus feared. And with that, you can shift your workforce into easily adopting AI and also transitioning their skill sets to more value added services and output for the company themselves, right? So I know I said a lot, but what I really want to drive the point is that AI will reshape financial services, it will reshape other industries. Let me know if you want a video on other industries that definitely will be reshaped by AI. And what do we need to understand about navigating this landscape? What do we need to understand? As compliance professionals, it's important that we get ahead of the curve and see the opportunities and challenges that are currently facing us as we navigate AI. The issue is, especially within financial services sector, we are usually slower and behind the curve of adopting things because we're not necessarily a tech company, even though we use a lot of technology. A lot of the companies in this space are legacy companies and tend to move very, very slow in adopting even regular software implementation of the past. A company can take a year or two to even select a software to use. With this ever-changing landscape, what is going to be important is not only is the speed of implementation, the speed of how you can quickly assess your current ecosystem as far as your software and tools, your environment, and what your needs are going to be, and how soon you can implement the changes necessary to see results in a quick fashion, but also efficient and one that makes sense and one that is congruent and aligned with your company's ethos, right? And what firms are going to need their current workforce, usually, especially at an aggregate consulting space, is already overworked or to the maximum of what they can do as far as taking the time necessary, skills, knowledge to implement this. So, what firms are going to be have forced to face or consider is hiring consultancies like myself to help assist with their AI implementation, their tools and processes, so that they can quickly or at least get ahead of some of the curve and not get left behind and implement these tools and what AI has to offer so that they can really not only get ahead, not only implement quickly, not only see results very quickly, but reshape their firm and their services in a way that is more agile for the adapting environment. Okay. But thank you for watching this video. If you want to hear more about AI and how it's rechanging the landscape and everything and such like that, I do have an article that provides further insights on our WeWealth website. So from Hype to Reality, AI's impact on financial services and the plan ahead. It really goes into what opportunities lie ahead for AI, our potential for compliance and beyond, and the other things that we need to consider that is going to be important. So this article is more of a deeper dive of what I'm saying right now. So if you want a deeper dive, that is available to you. Thank you so much. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel and connect with us. We are looking to provide more value-added content. I will link the article also below. And if you want to learn more about WeWealth Group and what we are able to provide in this service and market, please stay tuned and be sure to follow us at wewealthgroup.com.